I'm Larry Menti. Welcome to Another Thing. The Democratic National Convention is coming to Philadelphia. It was a tug of war over the convention between Philadelphia and Brooklyn, and Philadelphia won. Now, Brooklyn was considered the front runner. So how did they lose it? And what does this mean for Philadelphia and the surrounding area? We'll dive into those issues with our guests, but first, we go to Kolodziej and the big announcement in Philly. Ellen.
Well, it's shaping up to be a huge year for the city of brotherly love. First, the Pope announced he will come visit in September. Then the Democratic National Committee put Philadelphia on its short list to host the convention. Philly was up against New York City and Columbus, Ohio. And here's how the Democrats made the announcement.
So that was just a very fun thing, and to slap it on the fridge where you see it every day, that's a wonderful way, and it shows appreciation of the spirit of the city. And it also lightens up what she said about the three main reasons that we were chosen: logistics, security, and resources, because you put all those down and then you can have a cheesesteak or 12.
People excited about Pope Francis coming this year. And people would ask also, are we going to get the convention? And I think everyone had a sense that things have kind of been on a roll a little bit for us here in recent times, but they wanted to see Philadelphia getting this kind of support and attention. And so there is an excitement here in the city about this.
But not everyone is thrilled that the Democrats picked Philadelphia. In fact, a lot of people in the Big Apple have some sour grapes. They say that Philly is a one-horse town that shuts down too early. But this decision really came down to the number of hotel rooms in the area and the city's walkability.
When people are here, they're really at their convention. They're not on a bus for 45 minutes to an hour going from one place to another. So it really is a manageable package that still has all of the amenities, plus some wonderful additions that, like the founding of our country.
So the last time Philadelphia hosted the Democrats was way back in 1948. That's the year they chose Harry Truman as their candidate, and he of course went on to win the presidency. Reporting for Another Thing, I'm Kolodziej.
All right, thank you, Ellen. Now to talk more about the news that the Democratic Convention is coming to Philadelphia is Vin Gopal, who is despite how young he looks, he is the chair of the Monmouth County Democratic Party. Can I say you're 29? I guess I already did. You're 29 years old, and I know when you came in, people have been talking about how young you are. So I want to talk about the future of you at the end, but let's talk about the area and how the area is affected by the Democratic Convention coming to Philadelphia.
Thanks for having me on. I think it's going to have a huge economic impact in South Jersey, Central Jersey, hotels, restaurants, not just Philadelphia. I think it's a great thing for New Jersey that the convention's here.
And is it more than just the immediate economic impact? Does New Jersey, for instance, get to show off its state during the Democratic National Convention?
I think so. I think that's absolutely, because Philadelphia relies heavily on South and Central Jersey's economy, and you have Atlantic City close by that's obviously been struggling. You have a tourism industry throughout the shore, from Wildwood up to Belmar, that hasn't been doing great. So this is a great opportunity for New Jersey, and hopefully New Jersey's businesses and restaurants really capitalize on this.
Would it have been better for you if Brooklyn got it?
Both are equally, I think, as good.
Would it have been better for you if Brooklyn got it economically? Not you personally,
Sure.
I mean just for the area.
I think different part of New Jersey would have benefited. I think North Jersey would have benefited. Monmouth, we're here in Central Jersey, but North Jersey would have benefited more than South Jersey. Here, this is just a different part of the state that I think is going to benefit. More than anything, whether it was Brooklyn or Philadelphia, this whole area of New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania is going to benefit from the convention being in this geographical area.
Were you rooting for one or the other?
No.
Really? You didn't have a player in that game?
Both great cities.
So let's move on. Let's talk about politicians.
Sure.
About Democratic politicians like yourself. Does this help you?
I think this helps everybody kind of show Democrats, Republicans, Independents when the convention comes to Philadelphia, when it comes to the Northeast, when it comes to this region. It's going to attract some of our most talented elected officials from all over the country. Young mayors, senators, congresspeople are going to come in. I think it's going to be a very exciting time. Absolutely, it helps this area and helps.
Right, it helps politicians because it's made stars in the past. Barack Obama is a great example of somebody that became a star.
Yeah.
It also makes goats too, but you do get an opportunity, and the national press starts covering.
Yes.
So the governor's race will be right after it.
Governor's race will be in 17. And
would that help a Democratic candidate? Because all of a sudden that race should get some more attention.
I think the 3 or 4 serious contenders for governor, even though it's 3 years out on the Democratic side, are hopefully all looking at this presidential convention as an opportunity to meet new people, build relationships, and show off their Democratic resume. I think there's a great opportunity for them.
Now you're going to the convention. That's part of your job to go to the convention.
I hope to go to the convention. No flight this time, so I hope to. Yes.
And how many delegates will New Jersey get?
The rules are being set up right now. The convention rules by the national and state parties, but I believe it's about around 130 delegates.
So how many does Monmouth County get out of that? About
I'm not sure.
A dozen?
It's geographical proportion. Monmouth is about the 5th largest county in the state, so I'm sure we're hopefully going to get a sizable chunk of that.
And you decide?
The state party will decide.
You don't get to decide who goes from Monmouth County?
I'm going to make strong recommendations, but hopefully the state party will listen.
I guess what I'm getting at is what kind of a nightmare is this going to be for you? I mean, how many people are going to be calling you, getting your endorsement to either be a delegate or to get a convention pass?
It's amazing. Since they announced it was in Philadelphia, the Monmouth County Democratic Office has been getting emails and calls about people with an interest of being a delegate. What we tell them is be as involved in the party as possible, because we have, Larry, some people that volunteer 50, 60 hours a week, and they want to be a delegate. So we try to push people who are really giving their most commitment to the party, not necessarily dollars, but just putting time and dedication to the Democratic Party and our platform.
So you're saying the time put in is going to trump the money put in?
I'm saying that whoever's the most active is going to trump.
Oh, really? Is that right? So,
in our view, we are going to recommend and push those Democrats that are active and not just show up once every 4 years, but are there all the time around, helping party, making phone calls, helping to get local Democrats elected. I believe the other 20 county chairs are going to do the same thing.
Well, you should also mention you're vice chair of the National Democratic
the state party. Yes.
The state, excuse me,
yes.
The state. So you have some say in that as well.
When the state chair asks, I try to help him any way he needs.
Are you trying to back off a little bit because you don't want the phone calls? Are you saying it's not me, don't call me?
I have a feeling someone's going to be unhappy regardless. So.
Yeah, I was saying to you before, this is like a sporting event when everybody wants tickets to the sporting event.
Yeah.
And so you don't only control the delegates, but you also control the convention passes? Not you personally.
The state party controls. They do. The state party will control in coordination with whoever the Democratic nominee for president is going to be. Their campaign and the state party, I'm sure, are going to work close together on picking, because they're going to have big supporters in each county too. I'm sure they're going to want to try.
So you're only 29 years old. You are chair of the Monmouth County Party. What are you looking for? What do you see as your career goal?
Focused right now. We have a lot of mayor's races, a lot of council races.
Is there a race you're looking at? I'm sorry to cut you off, we only have a lot of time. Is there a race you're looking at now? You're going to run eventually for something, right?
Possibly. Right now it's just to get more Democratic mayors elected in Monmouth County. We have 108 elected Democrats. We're just trying to increase that amount.
Let's just say you were interested in a race. Where would you like to be?
Potentially, I would love someday to be in the state legislature.
Okay, and that would be in Monmouth County. So,
yes.
so some Republican right now is a little bit worried that you might be running against him in that district. But I really appreciate it. I know you're going to the convention. Enjoy yourself there. Please come back here, and especially when you announce that you're going to run, come on back here after you take care of all those mayor's races.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks for being here. Vin Gopal, who is the chair of the Monmouth County Democratic Party. When we come back, we want to talk more about the convention because it is a big deal for the area. We're going to talk to a Trenton State House reporter who covers politics in New Jersey for Gannett when we come right back.